your birthday. Hey, it's your day. Hey, it's your birthday, so let us celebrate. Hey, it's your birthday.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Josh. We hope you have a great day. Hey guys! Happy Tuesday. Today we're talking about joy, and we have somebody super special to introduce that for us.
Good morning, learners. The fruit of the Spirit that we are talking about today is joy. The sign for joy is joy. Do you want to do it with me? Joy.
Thank you, Marna, for introducing joy for us. Today our verse is from Philippians chapter 4, verse 4. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice. And that is our verse. Over to you, Sammy.
Yes, thank you, Emma. So, if you haven't noticed already, we are talking about joy today. So let's start with a definition of joy that we're going to use for the rest of the devotion. Joy is an emotion, so something you feel, of great delight or happiness that's caused by something exceptionally good or satisfying. So it's different than happiness in that it's caused by something that is really good or satisfying. So that's our definition. And when you think of, if you think of something that is good and satisfying, the thing or the person that is ultimately good and that is ultimately satisfying is God. He is the source of all goodness and all good things, and He satisfies everything that we need. So God is the ultimate source of joy. All joy comes from Him. And it's not like God said, yep, I'm going to create joy. Man, I hope they find it. Hope they find this joy. It's really nice. He gave us so many ways to experience this joy that comes from Him. So He gave us His love. His love is always a source of joy for us. He gave us His creation. So if you're going hiking or if you're looking at a sunset, that brings joy because we know that God made it for us. He gave us Jesus. That brings joy because we know what Jesus did for us. He gave us our family and our friends and all the things that we love. So He gave us all of these things for us to experience His joy. So our question today is, of all those things that I listed, so love, creation, Jesus, friends, family, I want you to think in your head or out loud of one thing that brings you joy. It could be a person, it could be a thing. Think of one thing that brings you joy. So pause the video and think of that one thing. Okay, welcome back. So you have one thing that brings you so much joy. I'm sure you have so many things, but you thought of one thing. There are times when it's really hard to remember to be joyful, when it's really hard to remember that God gave us joy. So what I want you to do for our prayer today is I want you to ask God to help you to remember that He gave us joy. And I want you to ask Him to help you remember that one thing that brings you joy, that one thing that you thought of. So when maybe times seem really hard or confusing or you get frustrated, you can remember, oh, God gave me joy through this thing. And you can remember that. So that's what I want you to do for your prayer today. Pause right here and ask Him to remember joy. All right. Thank you so much for taking the time to think about those things with us and learn about joy. I hope that you find some joy today, maybe even through our invitation with Emma. So right over to Emma.
Thank you, Sammy. So today is National Limerick Day, and limericks are a type of poem that have a specific structure, and then they also contain some humor, so they can be funny sometimes. So since our holiday today is an ode to poetry, we have 2 poetry-related activities that you guys can participate in if you choose to do so. So our first one it's called an acrostic poem. And so you're provided a word here, and in this case, it's flowers. And then you get to come up with words that include the first letter. So in this case, for the letter F, I wrote fantastic. And so you'll complete that for all of the letters, and when you're done, you will have written your own poem, which is awesome, and then you can color this section here if you choose to. And then for our second activity, we have a coloring page with a nursery rhyme on it. And nursery rhymes are also poems, fun fact. And so you get to color this section right here, and then when you're done, you will have completed your own storybook page. So pretty cool. You can do one or both of those activities, or neither. It's up to you. Yeah, so have a good day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.